We are here at the Cookout where we get to hang out with your favorite artists, and we have a very, very special guest today. You know her as Raye. Studio audience, give it up. Whoa!
Hello. Yes.
Welcome to the Cookout, Raye.
Hi, thanks for having me. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Now, we have one rule at the Cookout is that you have to bring a dish for everybody to enjoy. So what's something that you can cook for all of us? If you can't cook, what is something you would like to pick up for us to eat?
Um, okay, my cooking skills are very limited, okay?
Okay.
Not because I don't think I have the potential to be a good cook, but just because I've invested zero time in growing those skills.
Okay.
Um, I would say I make a good banoffee pie.
What is that?
You don't know what that is?
Is that a dessert?
Yeah.
No, I never had it.
Really?
Really? Yeah, we'll be glad to
Like
have that.
bananas, toffee, biscuit base, butter, cream on
Mm.
top. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is gonna be a Ray
British thing?
exclusive.
I can't believe that's just a British thing. I thought like there was eating banoffee pie everywhere in the world.
It could be, but I haven't experienced it in my life, so
Wow,
we'll be
that's
happy to
sad.
have it.
When you get over these sides, yeah, you've got to have a banoffee pie.
Gotcha.
Okay?
For sure. Putting it
A
on
lot
the
of things
list.
you've got to have, but we'll start there.
All right, so you're gonna bring the banoffee pie. You already brought us some great music with your new album, the
Oh,
21st Century Blues track list. Just released not too long ago. It's been about a month now, but the build up to it has been like 7 years. You've been waiting 7 years to put this out. You've had a lot of these songs for a long time. How does it feel to finally be able to get to share your music the way you wanted to with, your fans and your listeners?
no, honestly, it's been such a beautiful experience. And I think, I when I went independent, I kind of set myself some new goals. And my goals was I have to love everything passionately that I release. And I want to build a group of listeners who don't care what genre I release. They're just excited about the music I share. And I want to sell tickets to my shows. And all three of those things, tick, tick, tick. So I'm over the moon, honestly. I really am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been great. It's been great to see. Now the project is one of those projects. You said it's very important to listen to the songs in order. Now, not a lot of albums. Yeah, not a lot of albums do that these days. Like you can just hear random singles and then you know the album. But your album, you have to listen to in order. Why was that important to you, and why should people listen to it in order?
I don't know. I kind of feel like the order of albums is quite important, you know? Um, and it's like stories in an order. I think for me, best digested in that way. I think maybe if you was just to press play on a random song, you'd be like, this is intense, you know? I think it's just like, yeah, the way I wanted people to listen to it if they have time to. It just for me makes the stories slightly chronological, and it kind of falls in. It's kind of just a journey, for me at least. Yeah, so I definitely wanted audiences to listen to it that way if they have time.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure. I would suggest that you make time to listen to it in order, because it's one of those, and you kind of ease us into it with the introduction. You lay it all out there. You do a little narration of what we're in for, so we're not caught off guard. You tell us to lock our phones, get ready for it, and that's exactly what you deliver. You tell a lot of these, complex, intricate stories within a few minutes. And you said you didn't make these songs for the charts, but what does it feel like when a song does hit the charts? Like Escapism becomes number one on the UK and it's climbing the charts in the US. Like you didn't set out to do that, but you still did that.
no, it is absolutely mental. I think like in so many ways, I don't want to like expect that this will happen for me every time. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so overwhelming and it's so incredible. And I just want to enjoy it, I think, more than like putting pressure that nah, I'm gonna need to do that again and da 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 da. I think it's just one of them things. Sometimes the stars align on a song, and TikTok is such an insane app where things just get shared very quickly and to so many different audiences. And if it's done anything for me, it's shone a light on this album. I love that song as well so much. So it's been really beautiful to see people connecting to my medicine, you know? And yeah, I think there's been a real big thing of me just making sure that I enjoy this and don't just get caught up in all the unnecessary pressures and like, do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't know if
yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
No, I think that's a great approach because, like, if you think this is gonna be how it's gonna be every single time, you might be in for a rude awakening.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't expecting it. It's such a blessing and it's so beautiful. And for me, it's always about the music and you know, and what I'm going to be creating in future. I want to just be able to create from the same mindset. Like, I don't want to ever create with like for the purpose of a song to go huge. Like, that's not for me where I enjoy creating music. I enjoy creating from a space of integrity and telling stories about things that I'm passionate about. And yeah, so that's been the beautiful thing because that's how I created this album, you know, which is why I definitely had zero
Yeah.
expectation of even, yeah, being here like this. It's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine as an artist that it has to be, I guess, I don't know if freeing is the word, but freeing to write the music like you want to write it, but it's still connecting with the audience on like that big level. I don't know if that's the feeling that you feel with this album and with this song.
I think if I feel anything, I feel validated, you know. I remember there was a period of time before I settled on just doing this the independent way that I was playing these songs to different labels and everyone said I was crazy, you know. They were like, yeah, but this music doesn't like it won't connect like la 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 la. And I
Mm,
was just like, do you know what? Like, oh no, this doesn't matter. Like, I don't care what anyone thinks. Like, I want to love my music. I want to put these stories out and I want to lead and decide what I think is best for me. And so I'd settled in my mind of I'm doing this independent. I'm gonna go the long, hard way.
yeah, yeah.
And
Doesn't
then
matter what you say. It's gonna
yeah, I
work.
was like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it on my own. But it's been so it's really like validating, if anything.
Now, how big was it for you to work with 070 Shakers? I know they're on the Escapism record,
Um,
and I know that partnership means a lot to you. Kind of tell us like how much that means to you and what it was like working with them.
yes, I love Danny. She is just such an incredible artist. And, you know, at some tough points in my life, I'll speak to her on the phone on FaceTime. She's like, Raye, it's just about the art, Raye. Like, it's about the art. I'm like, you're right. You are right. And she's such an art first artist. And I've always been so inspired by her music and her perspective on life. She's so brilliant. So when the time came for the album, you know, I think because I've been a feature artist for so long and I've spent so many years of my life like clawing after features and stuff. I just really didn't want that energy on this album. Like, I just want to work with people who I genuinely love.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's two, Mahalia and Shake, and they're just two of my really good friends. And Shake was perfect for this song. She came in, she did her part, and we had a great time. And then, yeah, it's just been brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of features, I know you said didn't want that kind of energy, but if you were to add another feature, because I feel like the Escapism record could just be like a rapper's compilation. Like every rapper could jump on it and spit a verse because like the music's that good and like the song's that good, like they would want to be a part of it. But who would you see making a good feature as a rapper on that song?
Bless you. Sorry. Bex is coughing her lungs out.
Oh, she
Who
okay?
would I see? Yeah, yeah, she's all right. She's like leaving the room, like, who would I see on escapism specifically?
Yeah, specific. Yeah, that one.
That's a tough question. Um, I mean, I'm obsessed with Kendrick, so if
Yeah.
he would want, if he,
Yeah.
yeah, if he would want to, absolutely, I would make. If he wanted 86 bars, he can could have as long as you wanted.
Yeah, no, that's a
Um,
great pick for sure. I could definitely hear that on that record. Now on this album, um, you do a great job of tackling like heavy issues. It's your song Body Dysmorphia, you got environmental anxiety, you got the feminist anthem Ice Cream Man. And I don't want to get too deep into them, but I do want to just say, thank you for putting that out there and being vulnerable and being brave enough to share your stories with the world. Because I'm not even gonna pretend like I know what that's like for you to have to perform those songs and relive those moments. But is that kind of the response you get like from your community? Like people are grateful that you are sharing these kinds of stories and tackling these issues?
yeah, and I think like, look, it's definitely not easy. Like there are days where it feels like a great, powerful, amazing thing. There are days I'm like, why did I share this again?
Yeah.
Um, but it's art and it's part of it. And I think, especially in front of my own crowd, like I have a show tonight and, in front of my own audience, if I do feel safe anywhere on a stage, just in front of a crowd that believes in me and believes in this album and is taking the time to really process and understand my story, and sadly a lot of people relate in a sense that's too close to home. And I just think, these things sound at least more beautiful in a song than they do isolated in your head at 4 a.m. when you're in your bed tossing and turning, like, so I guess that's what art is about. That's what music's about, right? It's a healing thing. We listen to songs when we need to feel something, elevate from something, process something, escape from something, dive
Mhm.
into it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure. You definitely cover, all the bases. Like on this show, we like to say we do life together. And that means taking the good with the bad. Life isn't fun
Yeah.
and games all the time.
No,
Sometimes
it's not.
it's bad. So you cover those topics, but you do cover the fun topics as well. Going out. One of my favorite songs on the album was Bust It Down. It was like the gospel
Oh,
version, the
yeah,
gospel twerk
yeah,
anthem.
yeah.
But it's like I was reading the description on it, and it's talking about like the joys of being single. Because I feel like being single is underrated. Maybe I just say that to feel better about being single all
No,
the
no,
time.
it is underrated. I've been single for so long, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah. So I guess I mean, what do you think are some of the joys of being single that maybe people overlook?
Well, I feel like, I don't know, for all of us, the goal is because of the way like movies and TV shows and like you go out and see couples together, is like the goal in life is to have a partner. And obviously that's a lovely thing. And that, but I think that's something that comes when it comes. And I think there's no getting down about it or actively searching so intensely for it. I don't necessarily think is the right thing. I think what's meant for you will come for you, and just enjoying life, and that you can enjoy it on your own. And actually it's a really healthy thing to learn to enjoy your own company, learn about yourself, what you like, what you don't like, who you are. I think that's a really important thing, and it's something I avoided for a really long time, being alone.
Hmm.
Just with friends, I'd always have someone around, but I've been really learning to enjoy my own company and listen to myself. It's a really healthy thing, I think. And then when you do meet a person, if that's right for you, you're self-aware and you're aware of your own happiness and your own heart and what you need in a relationship as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, being single's a vibe. Like, I'm so busy right now. I don't even have time, even if I wanted
Yeah.
some. Yeah,
We're not
just
just saying that as cliche
nice.
and like
Yeah,
pretending that we're okay. No, we're really good.
yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Our voice might be a little bit higher, but yeah, that's fine.
Peaks and troughs, isn't it? Obviously, there's moments.
Yeah.
There's moments where it's hard, but there's moments where it's great. And I'm sure the
Exactly.
grass is always greener. Like people in relationships are probably like, God, like,
Hmm.
oh, today is a really tough day.
Yeah.
You
Well, sure wish
know?
I was single today.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so learn to appreciate where you're at. You heard it from Ray. This isn't just coming from me, guys. This is Ray speaking on this. All right. Lastly, before you get out of here, you're going on this tour. You're on tour right now. You're getting ready to go on tour with Kelly Uchis too. Like, how do you prepare for that? And what's the live show gonna be like? after hearing like the album version, like how do you translate that into a live performance? Because I feel
Yeah.
like it could be a musical. Like you should just do a Broadway musical the album in one piece, but how do you do it live?
Well, this is the funny thing because the show that I see in my head and then cost effectivity is two completely different things.
Right. Yeah, the
I
budget.
mean, like currently we're on tour. I'm doing my headline tour in the UK, and I've got a couple of dates in the US before the Cali tour.
Hmm.
And I'm not making no money, but I'll tell you what I am doing. I'm putting on the show of my dreams. I've got like 8 people on the stage with me. We've got a beautiful set. We got like these installations and these things, the most phenomenal light show.
Mm,
And for me, like it's all about the music. I love musicians. I think especially from being like the EDM girl for so long, like I'm all respect to DJs and dance music, but I'm just not trying to sing behind a DJ. Like I love musicians.
yeah.
So we have the brass, we have the full thing, and I'm getting my life every night. But for the Cali tour, I have to be smart because it's a lot of dates. But
Yeah.
I need bands. So maybe there'll be like 4. I'm still deciding.
Okay.
Because I want to present this music as best as I can. Yeah. But yeah, it's real. Do you know what I mean? It's real out here.
Do you
But
have a gospel choir live for Bust It Down?
that is the plan when I can have one.
I can't wait for that. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for
Thank
stopping by,
you.
Ray. We really appreciate you taking the time, and we
God
wish
bless
you
you.
continued success on the record, the album, and hope you keep climbing and keep doing great things.
Thanks so much. And thanks for taking the time as well.
Absolutely. Come back anytime.
All right, dear. Well, until next time.